Everybody, welcome back with the Plapper. Platypus is the name, and welcome to another Persona 5 The Phantom X video. So let's take a look here. If we look at Steam, I have just about 30 hours in Persona 5 The Phantom X that just came out a couple days ago. This is also not including the time I've spent playing on my phone, which is not as significant, but maybe 4 or 5 hours. So I have hit over 30 hours in this game. And I feel equipped to kind of, I don't know, I want to call it a review, but it's more first impressions based off this amount of time. I'll give you the really quick summary, and then I'll kind of go into it in a little bit more detail. Really quickly, this game has been phenomenal. It has been so crazy fun. The story, the combat, the amount of content there is for free is kind of staggering. 2, it is a gacha game, and it is one of the most greedy gacha games that I think I have seen in a long time. But it is a skin on it that makes it harder to tell, but the rates are bad. It's not particularly generous with the pulls. The pity system is pretty bad. There's a weapon banner on top of that. It's expensive to do refreshes of your energy, so there's a lot of stuff to buy. It's a very greedy gacha. But at the same time, you are able to play this game completely for free and enjoy the story. Like, I think you could play this game for 30 or 40 hours and not even, and forget that it's a gacha game most of the time, other than when you run out of energy and you have to like use some coffee to refresh. I think the gacha elements have become more obvious, and you know, I'll be more critical of them over the long term of weeks, months, and you know, maybe years, who knows. But as of now, the launch of this game has so much content and so much good story to tell, and it's not at all pay to win at this stage of the game. The later stages, I'm sure, absolutely will be, but that's a quick rundown. Insanely fun, greedy gacha. So if you want to stick around for a bit longer, let's talk about why do I think this game is so good. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers about the story. I will just say that there is a very good story for the game overall. It is, I don't know if I would call it Persona 5 level, but this feels like a actual sequel. It feels like a full-fledged Persona game in a lot of ways. So this is honestly I would say the story is on par with Persona 5. We'll see how it actually branches out. But the presentation of it has been exactly like a Persona game, which is fantastic. So if you just want to play a game with a good Persona story, I honestly think this is going to be a game for you. Now, the other aspects of the game, I mean, it has all the city life you want. It has the style of the game is still there, and it's very relevant. It feels good. You know, it's got the Velvet Room, it's got the characters, it's got the ability to go to the gym to work out. Now, it is a different structure system. Basically, you get 5 points per day, and you could use, you know, you basically can use a couple points per day. You get 5 points per day, and you could use them to do basically 5 of these events, right? You pick one, you pick 2, after 2, time passes, and then you get a new, basically, selection, and this will be how you decide, okay, do you want to increase your relationships? I can't because I don't have enough proficiency, so maybe I want to go get my proficiency, or maybe I want to level up my band club experience because I'm trying to get the, you know, basically play that mini game. So, you know, and then there's mini games, and there's the social links. All that stuff is there, and it feels good. The combat has been super fun. It just got there's a lot going on with every character. So if you take a look at the characters, they don't have, their situation isn't as complex as you would think, right? Because they can only ever have these 3 skills, really. In combat, they use these 3 different skills, and then they have like an ultimate as well, which is like a highlight. But it's kind of shared between the whole party, so the ultimates in this game aren't as crazy as in other games where all your characters get their ultimates and they all use their ultimates every other turn. This is like your whole team gets an ultimate charge build up, and then you use it, and then it resets, and then you got to build it up again for a different character. So not all characters are even going to use their ultimates, but even though they only have 3 abilities, these 3 abilities combined with 2 different passives, combined with a passive system, you know, they're basically inherent trait, combined with the fact that you get to choose weapons, you know, you can build them in a way where you use specific weapons that maybe are like, you know, and emphasize different strengths of a character. And then you can use different basically equipment systems, so you can, instead of doing the obvious stuff where it's like there's always like a very traditional way you can build a character with getting a lot of HP, or you know, for this character like a lot of HP, you could also build him in a totally different way and decide you want him to deal damage in a different way or support in a different way. So all characters have a lot going on, and so it makes the team composition actually really fun. And then when you're actually in the combat, there are some fights you can auto, but like you really do want to manually control the more difficult fights without a doubt. And also the exploration has been incredible. Let's go ahead and take a look at, when I say incredible, I mean that is, you know, is it Elden Ring kind of, or Breath of the Wild level? No, it's not like that, but it has been, again, this is a gacha game. It's actually kind of crazy. So let's go to it, basically Momentos. And so if you take a look here, can I go to different levels of Momentos? Yeah. So if you take a look at like the first area of Momentos, like there's all these areas. So they are set in stone. They're not going to refresh every time you go here, but you're getting a lot of rewards every time you come through. So this is the first level, right? Then you go to area 2. And as you're going through this, it's just fun. Like you're discovering it as you go, fighting things, getting loot, leveling up your ticket, helping level up your character. And then you see each area is getting more extreme. Like look at area 3 here. This area was huge. It's actually a really cool layout too. And then area 4 is like a big boss. And then now I'm going through the second area right now where there's the palace I'm working at, but we'll talk about that in just a second. So this is just the first area here, and then you go to area 2, and there's 5 areas. There's just so much to do. This is what it looks like when you haven't really explored it, right? You're gonna come here and I'm gonna kind of look through all this and find everything. It's just a lot of fun to go through this, and you're getting constant like little, you know, you're doing little fights that are fun to do. You're getting lots of rewards constantly, just giving you all these kinds of rewards. It is a one and done thing, but it is very fun. Same with the palace here. So take a look at this. When you go into these areas, they're just so fucking fun to explore. I saw this and I was like, I had to remind myself I'm playing a gacha game, bro. This kind of stuff is like, the first palace was crazy as well, and this is the second palace, and it's just going through and exploring this. I don't want to show any more than the initial scene, but it's like just going through and exploring these palaces is so fun. The first palace, which is apparently by far the worst, is fucking badass, bro. I had so much fun going through that and 100%ing it, because you can go back and you can do the main path and get where you need to go, but then there's still like 50% of the palace that's like you have to go and explore extra. You know, I got a lockpick to go through this door, I got a special key card to go through this door. If you do all this, you're fighting more fights that are more difficult fights than what we're in there. You're getting all these rewards. You're getting extra rewards for completion percentages. So just so much fun. I mean, the amount of content in this game is honestly kind of staggering. The Persona fusions. This is a much more simple system than I originally thought it was going to be, which I'm very grateful for, because if it was like Persona 5, it would just take way too much time to do, I think, everything. But basically you can fuse these guys, and there are some ways to get them the skills you want, right? You don't need to fuse a guy to fuse a guy to fuse a guy to fuse a guy in order to get one specific skill on one specific thing. It's more like you could just once you get a character, you could take a coin of a different character and transfer any specific skill you want over there. But typically you just kind of have them specialized anyway. But yeah, you fuse these, you can equip up to 3 of them once you hit level 30, and they're honestly like, they're varied, right? This is your gap filler character. It's your main character is the only one that could use these, but also it means that no matter what, you always have the exact fit you need on your team, which is so good. Because if it's like, I need a fire team, but I only have one built fire character, all you have to do is fuse a fire persona here. Boom, I got Orthus here, Born in Flames. Increase critical damage by 12%. After inflicting burn, increase your attack by 22%. And then he burns. You have like a whole fire team can be built around like this guy and another character, right? So you don't need to have every character in the game, because this character is so flexible. And it's a pretty simple, straightforward, not complex system that you don't need to dedicate a lot of time to, but you could still have fun with it. And then that's not even including, oh my god, there's just so much. I haven't even gone in and shown you the mini games. There's a rhythm mini game, there's a baseball mini game, there's a soccer mini game, there's a thieves den, which is just like a secondary system where you are building up like a phantom thief headquarters, and it's giving you currency to get other rewards, and it just like looks cool, and you unlock new music. And then there's also the fact that you can go home and cook. You can craft infiltration tools. You can plant food at your house. You could start unlocking new recipes through, for these different systems by upgrading your characters here. And then there's like 100.5 million of these fights here. I mean, look, I think these are the one and done fights, but there's like 30 fights here, and some of them are multi-stage fights, you know, and so there's these go up to like all the way up to this one's only 25, but they go up to like level 80 something fights, right? So this, you always are going to have relevant content to do for a very long time. And you know, assuming they're going to add more content in the future. But look, I've been playing this a lot. I'm at 200 out of 7,800 rewards down here. So you got like what, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 150 fights, 100 something over here, and then you have the weekly fights or the bi-weekly fights every 2 weeks here, where you get to do these, and then if you get high enough and you get enough stars, you get to rank up. And then this is also where you can compete against other players to get rewards, just for like swag, basically. Very important to note, even if you're, look at this, rank 60% or lower, you're getting 5, these 3 are all the same. This is all the same. This is all the same. The only thing you're getting is some of these little red pellets here on this one. Now, if we get up to like the higher level stuff, look at this, still all the same, all the same, all the same, all the same. It's just these, and these are relevant, don't get me wrong. This is some like important thing. I don't know exactly what it's all about, but the difference between being like the #1 player in the world and being below 50% is really insignificant in terms of these rewards, which is really good. Now, of course, there are specific like these kinds of rewards as well, like 1 star. I don't fully understand what these are yet. I think it's basically the way this is, as you progress your star system, you know, like if I take a look here, I'm gonna rank up because I had to get 21 stars rank. I'm ranking up next season, so I'll go to 2-star C5, I think is what it is, right? If you come back here, we're at 1 star and then 2 stars. So once you get up to these, you're gonna get basically, I think, what, monthly rewards. So you're gonna get Stone of Scone, don't even know what this is, to overclock a rank 5 persona. And then so the goal is to get up to obviously rank 8 eventually, and then you're going to be getting 700 of the premium currency, 200 of these crystals, which is actually going to be consistent over all levels, so it doesn't matter where you are as long as you get past 1 star. And so this is all very good. Although if you get up to rank 8, overclock a rank 8 persona, this is probably huge because I bet it's really hard to make those persona. Also, take a look here. These are other rewards you get for clearing these things. It says they reset after each season. I don't know if you're going to automatically get the lower star levels. I suspect you won't because this is 80, 85, 90, 95. So I assume you're only going to be able to get the ones that are relevant to you, but maybe you'll be able to get other stuff. And then you can exchange these for all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm starting to ramble on. The point is, this game has got so much ridiculously fun content to do. I played 30 hours in just a couple days, and I am excited to play a lot more today. And it's just been a fucking blast. Now, for the bad, it's a gacha game. I've talked about this a lot. It's a very greedy gacha game, as a matter of fact. They're not that generous with the draws. They have a so the draws are not particularly generous. The rates are sub 1%, which are bad. It has a 50-50 pity instead of a guarantee when you hit pity. It has 3 different types of banners. It has the normal banner where you could pull with your golden tickets to get, you know, gold normal characters that are, you know, you get your 5 stars. Then they have a premium ticket, which is like light dark units in other games, where you can get like the new character. And sometimes not all new characters will go here. Some new characters will, some new characters won't, but this is like the whale character that are also the most powerful. Then they also have a weapon banner. So this is there's a lot of this kind of stuff. Also, the prices in the shops are not particularly good. There's not that many generous things here. The battle pass is kind of like subpar. You have to get 2 battle passes to get 1 weapon selector, which is like twice as much as you need to get normally for a character. There's only 2 pulls on the entire battle pass paid version of it. You get 2 platinum tickets, so it's like every 5 battle passes you get 1 multi on the premium banner. It's like, it's not generous, okay? And that matters. It is relevant and it matters, and that's gonna be important, but it's like, you could just play the game and have fun and not worry about any of that stuff and still have such a fucking good time. It's kind of unbelievable how fun it is. So they've made such a fun game that they knew that they could make one of the most ungenerous gachas that I played. Anyway, that is my thoughts after 40 hours. Maybe after 100 hours, I'll be like, there's no content, there's nothing to do. The repeatable content is dead, there's nothing here. Come on, give me something to do. But for now, I'm having a blast. Anyway, much love for platypuses per platypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!